had arguments with coaches where I look back at it now, I think, Robin, you should have done better there. Share whatever you have. People tell me you should not give all your knowledge because I don't have a position at Feyenoord. Feyenoord is my first club. I'm a fan of Feyenoord. I've been talking to the president, directors, the kitmen, players, youth coaches, every single one. And I keep telling them exactly the same. Over the years, I've learned this particular situation. Marco van Basten told me once, I was quite impulsive when I was younger. Yeah. In my reactions, the way I was talking, the way I was behaving, the way I was playing. And that slowly changed over the years because just by basically listening, looking, learning and improving myself as a person at the start. And then I brought that back into football because at one point I realized that every game was such a struggle and I didn't really want that. I didn't want to have a constant struggle.
In what way was it a struggle?
It's like because the opponents found out that if they triggered me, if they talked to me in a certain way, or if they did all those things, they could get me sent off.
What would wind you up?
If there were, but it was going both ways because if the opponent was like stepping on my toes and sort of trying to bully me, I was going really hard and I was going against it. But in the end, after a period, I started to think about that, and then it made sense to me. I was like, okay, the reaction I have, I shouldn't have that reaction. I shouldn't go against it. I should stand above it. So that is like a process of a couple of years, because if I go against it, then it will. Then it's such a struggle. I was just like mentally, physically, I was drained after every match for quite a long time, from the age of 23 till 26, roughly there. I was just knackered after every game.
But was there a particular light bulb moment when something came on and you thought, I need to be doing something differently here? Or was it just a gradual process?
Yeah, that was just, I was talking to my wife actually about it. I was telling her that it cost me so much energy, like every game. And then she said, okay, but you have to find a way to make that less, because then it becomes more enjoyable, everything. And I said, yeah, but how? And then we spoke about that, and then I realized that I was like constantly fighting, And then she made one comment like, yeah, but you have to choose your battle. I was like, yeah, I don't want to fight these small battles. I want to go for bigger ones, So then I said, okay, what if and as well, I was, if I missed a chance, for example, that's a process as well. I was very emotional after I missed a chance. I was like constantly, no, and showing the world how disappointed I was. And then at one point I was like, yeah, but that's weakness somewhere, because then the opponent sees that I'm disappointed and that I'm not happy with myself. So I slowly started to change that. And I was like, okay, if I don't show my weakness, then they don't have if I don't react on the bullying, if I don't react, if I miss a chance, then I become stronger and better. And once I started to do that, I talked with Arsene Wenger about this as well. And then everything became lighter, It was so heavy. It was, for all those years, it was heavy, but I was making it heavy.
Yeah.
I just needed a couple of years to realize that.
But what I find interesting on that, Robin, is that I think that takes real courage to have that reflection, because what you'd been doing had obviously worked for you. Like when you look back at the start of your career of leaving ex-Chelsea and then the run-ins that you'd had with the coach at Feyenoord, that you'd obviously been fighting and resisting it, and you'd still been achieving success.
Yeah, but that was because of the love of the game, because I truly love football. From the bottom of my heart, I love it. And that is what, sort of saved me in a way. Because I made some stupid mistakes over the years, some silly ones.
What sort of things did you do?
From arguing to with all the players, It's like you have to know your place as well. In football, it's like when you're young, that's your place. You have to earn the right, basically. And I wasn't doing that. I was very impulsive. I was very against the rules somehow. And so why was I doing that? Why was I against?
What do you think? I wonder whether you almost felt you needed to be like that to show you cared and to show you wanted to be the best. You know, you didn't want to just cruise into training and cruise through training and cruise through a game. You almost felt you needed to have a battle every game to show to your teammates and yourself, this matters.
It was going too far. It was going too far and was becoming a problem because I wasn't creating nice stuff. I was making problems for myself. You know, I had arguments with coaches where I look back at it now. I think, Robin, you know, I should have done better there. And a big, like an important thing in that is communicating. You know, I wasn't really expressing myself good enough just to solve the problem, because most problems started with communication. If you just talk about it in a normal way, you can solve a lot of possible problems.
So 2025 is well underway, and I bet a lot of you like me have already started to make plans on how this can be the very best year yet. And for me, making it a great year revolves around some investment, but actually investing in myself physically and mentally. So the physical investment has been a sauna that I've just had installed at home, and already I'm absolutely loving it. But the mental investment is making sure that I take time to go travelling with my kids, Flo and Seb and Harriet, my wife, on those kind of memory-making holidays that last a lifetime. But obviously both of those goals centre around needing finance. The good news is, though, that's where our new partner XTB comes in. They're dedicated to empowering you on your investment journey, and that's regardless of whether your horizon is short or long term. You can maybe buy stocks and ETFs commission free. You can invest passively with investment plans, open an ISA account, earn up to 4.75% interest on uninvested funds, and loads more. And the good news is it's so easy using their app. So just download the XTB app today or click the link in the description below to start making your money work for you in 2025.
How would you describe a healthy culture? You've given some examples of it, but
if you're open to share your knowledge or what you think is right, you know, I think I've always been like that. I'm never shy to keep my secrets for myself or whatever, because, you know, I think if you share, you care, and you know, and if people want to take a certain percentage of your knowledge, you know, you're more than welcome to share, I think.
Don't you think it helps you grow as well? I've always believed if you give away everything you know, you have to look elsewhere to know more than everyone else again. And so then you have to push yourself,
exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And but over the years, I've learned this particular situation is with Marco van Basten told me once. I was trying to be clever back then. I was working with Marco van Basten for 3 years in my case, from the age of 21 till 24-ish. And then I was really in that period of trying to improve as a person and getting better and everything. And then we had a chat, and then I said, you know, because if I help, then I will get better of it. He said, but Robin, you should not help to get better of it. You should give from your heart. You know what I mean? He said, it makes no sense what you're saying. So I was right in that period of like adjusting everything and putting everything in place. And then he gave me the answer, just with one comment, one sentence, like you should give because you want to give and not to get something back. I was like, okay, hang on, this is very interesting. I will keep that in my mind. So along the way, just by talking to people, you know, sometimes even saying stupid things, you know, made me better in a way. And I think you should always ask 50 silly questions. Ask them, just throw them out. You know, you might gain something there. But especially the giving bit, share whatever you have. Now as well, even now in my time with Feyenoord, people tell me, you should not give all your knowledge because I don't have a position at Feyenoord. And I've been, over the past 2 years, Feyenoord is my first club. I'm a fan of Feyenoord. I've been talking to the president, to the directors, to the kitmen, to the players, to the youth coaches, to every single one. And I keep telling them exactly the same in other words, obviously. And people close by said, but then people will go away with your knowledge and with your story. I said, yes. I said, that's the whole point, you know. And I know that they will not copy me. They will not take 100% on board. They will take, maybe the youth coach will take 5%, maybe the president will take 15%. But this is what I believe in. This is what I think will bring the club forward. So I share. and I put it on the table, and it's there. This is what I believe is my truth. And then you can take whatever you want. This is like a meal. Eat what you want to eat.
Clive Woodward used to talk about it, that the trouble is when you're a head coach, everyone tries harder in the gym, everyone runs a bit faster.
Yeah.
So you never
But
see
the
the
question
truth.
is what's happening when you're not in the gym.
It's a very good point. It's a very good point. But at clubs, they tend to have sort of create that feeling like, okay, you are a football player, you should stick to playing football. Well, I am more of the type of guy, even the kid man, his opinion, I would like to know.
Yeah.
Especially him, because he's right in the middle of that team. And what is the reason why some presidents or people in higher functions behave like that? And the only reason I can come up with is that they're trying to protect their own position. Sure. And is that big? Is that a big way of thinking? No, of course not. Sure. And that should change, in my opinion. You should listen, because you're all in it together. And in a smaller version, I like when I was mid-20s, I just realized, because early days I was like, yeah, okay, this is my position. I have to try to play, and I don't really talk to the manager. Mm. And then at one point I was talking to Arsene. At first I was scared to talk to him. And then at one point I realized, like, no, hang on. So we are this team. We have the coach. He has his staff. You have the medical staff. You have Mr. Dean in the first couple of years around. I said, we should all work together. So I should really start opening up to the coach, because we are pulling the same, so we are working together on the same target. So there's no reason for me to be scared of the coach. Why should I be scared of him?